All right, what's up, baseball fans? Anthony with Bleach Bums Gaming. Happy Friday to you. And I started to do this last Sunday, but had issues with OBS. I'd gotten a new computer and didn't have it configured correctly. So this will officially be our kickoff of the 1976 Statis Pro Baseball Game of the Week, featuring Digital Diamond Baseball, which has all of the Statis Pro cards, and actually the Statis Pro cards with splits from 1927 to the current. So an amazing addition to that game, along with the board game companion. And we are going to get started here. This is April 9th, the first Saturday of 1976, and I think we picked a pretty good opening weekend game for you. The Oakland A's taking on the California Angels, and facing each other on the mound will be Vida Blue for the A's and Nolan Ryan for the Angels. So this should be a very fun and entertaining game. Quick look here at the standings going in after the first 2 days of the season. You see in the AL East, Yankees and Boston both a single win. Detroit and Cleveland have yet to play, and Milwaukee and Baltimore both 0-1. Going to the AL West, it's Texas, Oakland, and Kansas City with a win, and Minnesota, Chicago, and California, who lost the opener to these A's, 0-1. Over in the NL, it's the Mets on top in the East with the Cubs. Neither one will probably stay there for long. And in the Western Division, the Dodgers, Reds, and Braves fighting it out thus far in this very young season. So, hey Larry, yeah, this is I've only played a couple of games with this, so I'm probably going to screw up a couple of times, but really super cool, and I like the way the companion works. So as mentioned, we are going to do the Oakland, California matchup. So Ryan and Blue should be a good one. And one nice thing too, this allows transactions. So this is, throughout the season, you're going to get accurate as-played lineups. Mark did an excellent job with this. It's really, really well done. And will be a huge addition to the game. Now what I do is the Statis Pro cards, of course, appear on the screen here. So you'll see a pitcher, Ryan's card, of course, here, and then Bill North, the batters here. Now, I use the fast action cards. These are all randomized, but I like to roll the dice, so we'll be rolling the dice down here. We'll use a fast action card to get the out result, and also the random number to determine pitcher and batter control. And then the dice will get the actual play result, and we'll also use the dice for advancements and any stolen bases, bunting, etc., anything like that. All right, couple of housekeeping rules. Advancing on base hits. I do have a homebrew chart I usually use for Statis Pro, but I'm just going to use the base rules, which, of course, are based on where the ball is hit and the arm of the outfielder. And, of course, with 2 outs, you will add 20 to all safe results. So I think we're ready to go. And first up, we'll flip a card. Clutch defense not going to come into play. This is coming off of Ryan's card. And 26, Nolan Ryan, swing and a miss. He strikes out Bill North to start the game. And, of course, the board game companion. Excellent, excellent. Easy to track. And I think that's one of the big things. It's always been a thing with me, at least with projects. I've always kept stats on Excel, and it's great. But it's hard to get through a full season replay. So it kind of limits what I've done, at least, to pitchers replays, like I did a Ferguson Jenkins with payoff pitch and things like that. So this is going to make it a lot easier to get through projects, and I think a big addition again to any game that you use, any board game. All right, here we go. Random number 384, and that is going to be an out. And Bert Campaneris is a right-handed non-power hitter. That's a fly ball to right. So coming in to make the catch there is Stanton. 2 down for the Ryan Express here in the top of the first inning. Next batter, Claudell Washington, again coming off Ryan's card. Ryan in control, swing and a miss. He strikes out 2 of 3 to start the game, and the A's go down in order. So heading to the bottom of the first inning, no score, and the Angels coming to bat. And it's going to be Dave Collins, Jerry Remy, and Bruce Bochy to start it off for the Halos. And 2-8, Vida Blue, the lefty, had a great season that year. 2-8 is his control range, and of course, unfortunately, 12 is the first number, so we're coming off of Dave Collins' card. 23, and that's going to be a good result. Swing and driven back up the middle. Single to center field to start the game for Collins, and Collins, he's going to play it safe and stay right where he is. Next batter, here comes the pitch, 28, and Blue, swing and a miss. Jerry Remy, lefty on lefty crime as he goes down on strikes. 1 down for the Angels as Bruce Bochy steps to the plate. Bochy hit .258 in 1976, and forgot to flip the card. All right, coming off the Blues card once again, 18, but that's a single into right field, and Collins, OBR of A and the single to right, Claudell Washington out there has an arm of 2. So first to third, 76, 11 to 76. Collins is going to go for it, and he is in there easily. And the nice thing about this too is you can designate runner advancement. Let me try that again. I think I need a space. Yep, there we go. All right, so that's going to get Collins first and third now, 1 out, and batter's going to be Bill Melton. And coming off of Melton's card, the former White Sox third baseman, 58, and that is going to be an out. And that will be a pop fly right behind second base. Campy Campaneris goes back and able to pull that in. So 2 down and a huge out for Blue and the A's. Batter's going to be Leroy Stanton, the Angels' right fielder. And coming off the Blues card, here comes the pitch, 37, and that is going to get Blue and the A's out of the inning, as it will be a line drive to shortstop. And one other thing too before I forget, I'm using, because this is randomized and not just static cards, on the out results I'm using the error column here to determine if there's going to be an error check or not. So that ends the inning. As we go to the top of the second, the Angels get a couple of runners on, cannot capitalize. It is no score. And Ryan back out after striking out 2 of 3 in the first. He's going to face Don Baylor, Joe Rudy, and Sal Bando, the meat of the order. And here comes a pitch. This is going to come off of Baylor's card, 22, and Baylor's going to drive that into right field. So hit to Stanton, and the A's start things off with a single here, nobody out. Joe Rudy, the batter. And result off of Rudy's card, 13. That's going to be a single to left. So back-to-back singles to start the second for the A's, and Baylor is not going to go anywhere. He's going to hold at second base, station to station. Nobody out for Sal Bando. Bando steps in, and coming off of his card, and 88. Also, too, I'm not using the normal game split rate rules because I'm actually using the splits on the cards here, which is an option. You can use the standard cards or the cards with a split. So normally that would be a hit against an opposite arm pitcher, which is not the case here anyway. But just so that is clear, and that's going to be a high pop fly behind home plate. Andy Etchebarren drifts back, tosses the mask, and pulls that in. 1 down. So big out for Ryan there as Gene Tennis, the catcher, steps up. Coming off of Ryan's card, Ryan slinging BBs, high heat, and Tennis is frozen, struck out looking. So 2 down now as the A's looking about to squander this opportunity. Billy Williams, the batter. And 45, sweet swinging Billy Williams, and Williams takes a big cut, but that's going to be a pop fly. And behind second base, 7-10 on the air check. Jerry Remy is a 2, so he's going to pull that in. And Ryan, after giving up singles to start the inning, pitches out of it, and we head to the bottom of the second, no score in this one. And Bears Den 007 has joined us in the ballpark as we're breaking in Statis Pro with Digital Diamond. And so first, I owned Digital Diamond 9 before he put the board game companion in. Such a cool upgrade, and this is just bonus. I mean, here you have a treasure trove of seasons from 27 to present, all of course free. So really great addition to the game. All right, Dave Schock up to hit against Vida Blue, coming off Blue's card, and Blue issues our first walk of the game. So Schock trots down to first base. It's going to bring up Rusty Torres, the center fielder. And Torres is going to be a clutch batting opportunity for him with a runner on 32. And that is going to be a double. And that is driven into the gap and holding up at third. Dave Chalk is not going to try, so the Angels, though, runners in scoring position, 2 of them with nobody out. And coming off a Blues card, Andy Etchebarren, the catcher, up, and that is going to be an out, unfortunately. RN, that is going to be a line drive, and line drive to third base, that is going to be a double play, so doubled off of third is Schock. Oh, goodness. So R3X, that should take care of that, and no, it doesn't. All right, I'm going to let that go. I'm not going to pause to figure out how to get things sorted out. JAA has joined us as well as Doug Hunt, and Beatles Eternally. Long time, my friend. How you doing? Yeah, the board game companion is so cool. I'm going to use it with some payoff pitch games as well. And does this game come with preloaded? It does. So you'll get the facts are all preloaded, and you get every season from 1927 to the present. The facts are randomized so that you can use the same card for all the results because it switches up every draw. Or you can flip like you would in the game a card for the control, card for the result, card for the error, etc., etc. So I'm just using one card for error and out, obviously, and then control, and then rolling the dice for the result. And what's up, Dwayne? Welcome, my friend. So yeah, really great value that Mark has put out here in this game. It's coming off Blues card, and that's to Orlando Ramirez, the shortstop. And Ramirez, that is going to be a pop fly into foul territory near third base. The one thing I will say, and it's very, very early in playing, is it looks like there might be a few too many pop-ups in the game. So, again, time will tell if that's the case, but, beyond that, absolutely no complaints. Loving this so far. So, that's going to come off Blue's card as he looks to get out of the inning. And Blue, curveball, Collins, frozen, called strike 3. Inning is over. So the Angels get runners on second and third, can't capitalize. We get ready to go to the bottom of the third at no score in this one. As our good friend Utah Mike has joined us. Welcome, my friend. Sports Time Machine. Check out that wonderful channel. And also check out Beatles Eternally and Dwayne Martz as well, as we are in the bottom of the third, top of the third. And this is going to come off of Phil Garner's card, 47. And Garner, that is going to be a deep drive to center field. Torres going back, and on the track makes the catch. One down for Ryan. So Nolan breathes a sigh of relief as Billy North steps up, and this is coming off of North's card. 74, that is going to be an out. Switch hit or ground ball down to short. Error check is 10, and Ramirez is okay there. So 6-3 put out over to Bhakti. 2 down for Ryan here in the third. He breezed through the first inning. Had a little bit of trouble in the second, and back on track here. Coming off of Ryan's card. Another strikeout coming. Nope, but that is going to be an out as Campy Campaneris A line drive to third base, and Chalk spears that. So 3 up, 3 down go the A's in the third, heading to the bottom of the frame. Still looking for our first score in this one, and the Angels 3 hits, Oakland 2. As Jerry Remy, the lefty, steps in, coming off of Vida Blue's card, and Blue. Inside fastball, Remy gets around on that, lines it right at Phil Garner, who pulls it in. And there may be a heavier than usual number of lineouts too. Again, just a couple of sample games, so need to see how that plays out over time. 66, and that is going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher, and Blue spears that, no error. Short toss over to Don Baylor, and 2 down here in the third. Bill Melton, designated hitter, steps up, coming off a Blues card once again, and Vida Blue, an easy third inning here, as that is going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. Error 6-10, and Campaneris is a 3, so he's going to make that play. And 3 up, 3 down for the A's, heading to the top of the fourth inning. A pitcher's duel brewing here, still looking for our first score, as Claude Washington set to start it off. And coming off of Washington's card, 53, and actually the way Ryan is as wild as he is, you see he got a really big span of walks here. Almost better for him most of the time to get it off the batter's card, honestly, as that is going to be a ground ball down to third base, and no error check there. Dave Chalk, nice backhand stab near the line. Whips it across to Bhakti, 1 down. Don Baylor a threat to go deep at all times. So 76, not as prolific as some of his other seasons. He had 15 dingers that year. And we're going to go off Ryan's card, 76, and Ryan, high heat, and that's going to be a sharply hit line drive to third base. Chalk, busy this inning, makes another play, 2 down. Ryan working on a 2-hitter through 3 2/3 as Joe Rudy steps up. Coming off of Ryan's card on the fast action, 48, foul tick, hung on to strike 3. So Rudy goes down swinging, and Ryan has 4 now. As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, it is still no score. And Leroy Stanton, the right fielder, set to lead it off for the Angels. Vida Blue, the lefty, gets a sign, and coming off a Blues card, 62. And that is going to be a line drive to shortstop. Campaneris pulls that in. 1 down here to start the home fourth inning for the Halos, as Dave Chalk, the third baseman, a couple of nice plays last inning, steps up off of Blues card once again. And that is going to be a pop fly behind second base. Phil Garner goes back. And meant to put pop fly. He pulls that in, 2 down. So Blue, after starting a little rough in this game, has settled down considerably. This is going to come off of Rusty Torres' card, the center fielder. And Torres lashes that down the line into right field, into the corner. Washington chasing it down, and heading around first into second base is Torres. And he's going to get in standing up, a 2-out double. And Andy Etchebarren has a chance to be the hero here. Blue composes himself, fixes his cap, steps up, gets a sign. Here comes the pitch. And 43, Vida Blue gets out of it, and that is going to be a line drive down to Campaneris. So side is retired. Angels hitting the ball hard, but Blue up to the occasion as once again he gets out of the minor jam, heading to the top of the fifth, no score. Yeah, Dwayne, you've got quite a ways into that APA project too. I don't know what you're finding, but to me, I mean, it's going to be so much easier, or I guess so much easier to stick with projects because it really is easy to use as companion. Again, can't rave about it enough. An excellent addition is Ryan, set to face Sal Bando, coming off Bando's card, 76, and Bando is going to get around on that one. And again, a line drive. I'm going to start, I might have to house rule some of these line drives. Definitely a lot of line drives in this. Here we go. So Z result, and we need to go to the Z chart, which I have here. It's one of my favorite pieces of Statis Pro is the Z chart. So here we go, 63, and this goes over to the Z fielding table. Difficult fly to left field if clutch defense 1 or 2, single and error on the left fielder. Batter on second and runner score if CD 3 or 4. The catch is made, and Collins out there is a CD 4. So a nice catch. Snow cones that, but pulls it in. And that saved a potential two-base error there. So that's going to bring up sweet swinging Billy Williams. And 6, it's going to come off of Nolan's card, 58. And 58 is going to be Nolan issuing the base on balls. Shocker there. So 2-out base runner for the A's as Garner steps in. As you see, he's chatting with Etchebarren behind the plate. He's ready to go. 2 down. Williams on first. And 84, that doesn't matter whose card. That is going to be an out. So pop fly, and that's into foul territory near the first base dugout, and Baki pulls that in. So Ryan, 2-out walk, does not hurt. We head to the bottom of the 5th, no score. Yeah, Statis Pro is one of my favorite games back in the day. In fact, first game I got was Superstar Baseball from Avalon Hill, and then I picked this actually over Stratomatic. I looked at Stratomatic, decided not to get that, got Statis Pro, and yeah, had a lot of fun playing this back in the early 80s. So here we go, Vida Blue, and coming off of his card, Orlando Ramirez, 52, and that is going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. And no error check there as Blue reels that in, whips it over to first, 1 down. Dave Collins, a batter, and we're going to go off of Collins' card, 83, and that is going to be an out as Collins, switch hitter. That's going to be a deep fly ball going into left field. Rudy back in the corner, reaches up and makes the catch. Gave it a long ride, but it allowed out is all it turns out to be, and Blue breezing through the Angels order now. And coming off of Jerry's Remy's card, 52, and that is going to be a line drive right back at Blue. Self-defense, he reaches up, pulls that in, and the side is retired for the Angels. So we head to the 6th, and still looking for our first score in this one. Ryan's durability, he is a little over the halfway point, so if he continues, he should be good. But Bill North wants to have something to say to that about that. 36, and North, check swing, but called strike 3, Ryan. Broke off a rare curveball, and North could not pull the trigger. 1 down, Bert Campaneris, the batter. Clutch defense will not apply with no base runners. Coming off of Campy's card, 15, that's going to be a base hit, as Campy drives that into left field. So 1-out base runner, and Campy is on. We probably would have stolen with him. Actually, we're going to try steal. Here we go. All right, Campy gets his lead. Ryan, pitch home, 27, and 27, any runner rated SP A or B, and Campy is a A-rated SP. So he's going to get the stolen base. Whoops. I believe it's R1 SB. Oh, for goodness sake. Timeout while I look at the stolen base prompt. Okay, base stealing. Okay, I forgot a character. Here we go. Try it again. SB, runner 1 is safe. There we go. All right, runner in scoring position now, and runs have been, of course, a unknown commodity in this game. Claudell Washington, the batter. Here comes the pitch, 53. And Claudell, wow, just missed getting hit by a pitch there. He gets around on that, and that's going to be a line drive to second. And yeah, I have, you know what I might do? I have some fast action cards. I might actually use them for the out results going forward. 'Cause I do think we're getting a little bit heavy on the line drives here in this one. So Don Baylor, the batter, and this is going to come off of Baylor's card, 71. Baylor takes a big cut at that, right-handed power hitter, and that's driven deep, deep to left field. Collins all the way back to the wall, and he makes the catch. So on a deep drive, Campaneris is a C going to third, even with the additional safe factor added. We're not going to try that and hope for a 2-out hit here from Bruce Bochy, the first baseman. Here comes a pitch coming off of Bruce's card, and the dice gods are not kind when the A's have runners in scoring position. And actually, never mind, that was the inning. Jeez. Don't mind me. LN, that's another line drive. We're going to make that a G5. Yeah, I think I will do the fast action deck I have for the out, just for the out results, but everything else works really, really well. As Bill Melton, designated hitter, clutch batting not apply, and this is coming off of Blues card, 71. That is going to be an out as the right-handed hitting Melton drives that into center field. Billy North ranging into the gap, a running catch. North gets it back in. 2 down for the Halos here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Leroy Stanton steps up. Clutch D, not applicable. Coming off a Blues card, and Blue, he is cruising these last few innings. He's going to get out of it again. That is going to be a ground ball back to him. 3rd opportunity he's had for a put out today, so side is retired. As we head to the 7th, still looking for our first run in this one. Angels and A's, a pitcher's duel between Ryan and Vida Blue. Joe Rudy set to start it off, coming off of Ryan's card, 86. And Ryan is going to record the out. That's a deep fly ball to left. 1 down, and that brings up Sal Bando. Bando today, through 2 games this season. Today he's 0 for 2. He's popped out and lined out, 0 for 4 on this young season with a walk. Here comes a pitch coming off of Nolan's card, 41. Swing and a miss, the high heat, and Bando can't catch up with that. 2 down. Gene Tennis, the batter, also 0 for 2. He is struck out and flown out to left field. Ryan gets a sign from Etchebarren. Here comes the pitch. And Gene Tennis, right-handed power hitter. That's going to be a ground ball down to short. No error opportunity. So Ramirez charges and guns him down. We are into the 7th inning stretch. This game is moving as neither team able to capitalize on runners in scoring position. 3 hits for the A's through 7 innings and 4 hits for the Angels through 6. Rudy back out, or Blue back out on the mound. Dave Chalk set to lead it off. And here comes a pitch, and that's going to be an out too. A pop fly into shallow right field, and Don Baylor is going to drift back and pull that one in. 1 down to start the Angels 7th. Clutch defense, not applicable. Rusty Torres coming off of his card, 37, and 37 is going to be a walk. So Vida Blue issues a free pass. No action yet in the A's bullpen. They're hoping that will not come back to haunt them as up steps Andy Etchebarren. And we're going to have a clutch defense check. Clutch defense is going to be on the shortstop. And Campaneris is a clutch defense of 4. All right, here we go. And 86, and no action occurs. Return to normal play. So we'll reset that. Coming off a Blues card, and 72, that is going to be an out. A line drive right at Don Baylor. Nice catch, and Torres barely back in under the tag. Almost gets doubled up. 2 outs now for the Angels here in the 7th inning. Blue has a sign, kicks, delivers, and Blue is going to get out of this as that's going to be a ground ball down to third. Bando coming in hard, bare hands out, whips it across the diamond, and side is retired. So we head to the top of the 8th, and Ryan, he is still showing some durability. He's back out on the hill. Ryan finished 17 and 18 with a 3.36 ERA in 1976. And unbelievable compared to modern times, 21 complete games, 284 innings pitched, 327 strikeouts. And sweet swinging Billy Williams, former Cub, steps up, and Ryan throwing the heat by Billy, strike 3, and Williams pounds the plate. Back to the dugout. Phil Garner will be the batter. He is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be off of his card, 18, and that'll be a single into right field. So only the 4th hit for the A's today as they have a 1-out base runner. Billy North, the batter. Ryan looking to get out of this, coming off of Ryan's card, 85, and Ryan, inside fastball. North gets around. That is going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. Error 10, no error there. And Ramirez has to charge that, so Garner is going to get to second base. And so with 2 outs, the A's runner in scoring position. Let's see if Bert Campaneris can come through. It's coming off of Campy's card. He needs a good roll. Not going to get it, and that's going to be a shallow fly ball to left. Dave Collins, plenty of room out there. So once again, Ryan turns back the threat, and we are heading to the bottom of the 8th inning, still looking for our first score in this one. Both pitchers working on no-hitters, and Dave Gardner, who I mixed up with Phil Garner, has joined us. Hey, Dave, man, I appreciate you highlighting this because this definitely sold the game for me, and really, really great job. And I think you mentioned it too. The only thing I've had thus far that maybe stands out a little bit is there seems to be an abundance of lineouts and pop flies, but I do have a fast action deck that I can use for the out results, which I think I will use going forward. But otherwise, this system works awesome. It's really, really great. So here we go. Bottom of the 8th, and it's going to be Dave Collins leading it off. And clutch batting, not applicable. Coming off of Collins' card. Here comes the pitch, and Collins, switch hitter. That's going to be another ground ball back to Vida Blue. So 1 down to start the inning as the Angels' second baseman Jerry Remy steps up. Coming off a Blues card, and 12, Vida Blue, he's going to give up a single into left field, so 1-out base hit, and Remy a threat to go. And the Angels here, they are going to gamble as it is late in the game. Remy gets his lead. Here comes the pitch. He goes, and any rated runner steals. Jerry Remy down to second base. So now the Angels with 1 out, runner in scoring position, and Bruce Bakke, the batter, the lefty, steps in, coming off of Bakke's card. Here comes a pitch, and they just can't get those good rolls. That's going to be a line drive right back at the pitcher. So Blue on the verge of working his way out of another precarious situation as designated hitter Bill Melton steps up. Melton's going to have a chance to hit coming off of his card, 65, and that is going to do it. Actually, no, RN. Fly ball into left field, and Rudy is a 2. That is going to be an error. So that is not good. In a memento while I get my charts out. All right, here we go. Let's see what the advancement is. So we're going to go, well, first we need to see that, and that is going to be held up at, actually he's going to score. So E7, R2, I think that is correct. And yes, okay. Got that without having to look. So an unearned run, and the Angels break on top, and Vida Blue not happy with his left fielder. Here comes a pitch coming off of Blue's card, 34, and that's going to be a strikeout. Swing and a miss by Stanton, and 2 down now for the A's. Actually, I'm sorry, that retires the side. So Nolan Ryan now, top of the 9th inning, and due to a fielding miscue, a chance to wrap up a complete game victory. He's going to face Claudell Washington, Don Baylor, and Joe Odenrudy. Here we go. Coming off of Ryan's card, he's got to keep it together, 54, and of course he gets some wilditis and walks the leadoff hitter. So Washington down to first base. And Washington also rated a to steal. And the swinging A's are going to be the running A's. Washington takes off, 67, and runner picked off first base. Unbelievable. Whoops. I think we say stolen base R1X. Yes, and good. All right. So Nolan Ryan comes up big with the pickoff there, and that's going to bring up Don Baylor, and that decision is going to be questioned for sure. Here comes a pitch by Ryan, and Baylor, big cut, pops it up sky high into shallow center field. Jerry Remy going back, and he's going to pull that in. So Nolan Ryan, 1 out away from the complete game 1-0 shutout of the powerful A's, and he is going to face Joe Rudy. Coming off of Rudy's card, Joe Odenrudy takes a big cut, and that is going to be driven down into the ground, into the hole. Ramirez backhands it, whips it to first base, and this ball game is over. So Nolan Ryan, the complete game shutout, and California on an error comes out on top 1-0. So we are going to wrap this one up. Box score now. There we go. I'm still learning all of the nuances of this game. We'll go back to the game. There we go. All right, okay, so I have to save. So I'm still learning all of the nuances here, so we'll go to the box score now. All right, there you go, our box score, and Ryan, an excellent effort on the hill. He controlled the wildness, only walked 2, struck out 7, going the distance, a 4-hitter, as the Angels pull out a 1-0 win. Again, the winning run coming in on a fielding error by Joe Rudy. So disappointing there, but appreciate everyone stopping by. And again, this is really, really a great addition, this board game helper. And of course, the Statis Pro cards. Again, you get literally dozens, hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of seasons of Statis Pro Baseball for free with this game. So excellent job again by Mark. And also check out his interview on Digital to Dice that Dave Gardner did. But hey, hope everyone enjoyed this and appreciate y'all stopping by. Please hit that like button on the way out. Hope you have a great night. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we'll see you. Keep rolling.